Hey there, and welcome to Janko TV. It's the weekend, or a sick day, or just a regular Tuesday night, and you need to binge watch something. You don't just want it, you need it. Where to begin? Fear not, we're here to help. Below you'll find an ever-expanding recommended list of TV shows available on Netflix Part 5, curated by STV obsessives. The mix covers a myriad of genres, lengths, countries of origins, and much more, but the one thing they have in common is that they are all excellent. If you want the full Monty, peruse our picks for the best series and TV shows on Netflix right now below. For more recommendations, check out our list of the best movies on Netflix, best sci-fi shows on Netflix, and best fantasy shows on Netflix. Let's dive into the must-see series on Netflix right now. Number 41. Ozark. The Netflix original series Ozark is frequently one of the streaming service's most popular shows, and for good reason. Almost like a backwoods version of Breaking Bad, the series opens with Jason Bateman's life falling apart. He and his family are forced to move from Chicago to the Ozarks to start a money laundering business after he discovers his longtime business partner has been dealing with Mexican drug cartels, and they owe an inordinate amount of money. Bateman's life is spared when he promises to recoup by opening a vacation destination in the Ozarks, but as he and his family enmesh themselves deeper and deeper into the criminal underworld, the line between good and bad becomes further blurred. It's pretty thrilling, packed with twists, and the performances are solid. It's not as tight or as emotionally satisfying as Breaking Bad, but then again, what is? As far as substitutes go, Ozark is solid. Number 42. Schitt's Creek. Imagine a less cynical Arrested Development crossed with an inverted Beverly Hillbillies, and you're close to Schitt's Creek, one of the most joyful shows on all of television. The Canadian sitcom tells the story of a wealthy family who loses everything when they're defrauded by their business manager. The only thing they do own is a tiny, backwoods town the patriarch bought for his son as a joke gift back in 1991, and they're then forced to move there and live out of a motel. They slowly begin to accept their new lives and even love their new town, despite their many, many quirks. The comedy is delightful, anchored by a phenomenal performance from Catherine O'Hara as the family matriarch, a former soap actress in denial about her social status. It's also a delightfully forward-thinking series, as the son's pansexuality is met not with scorn or judgment, but with full loving embrace. Hilarious, witty, and oh so sweet, Schitt's Creek is the perfect show for when you need a pick-me-up. Number 43. The Haunting of Hill House. Hush and Gerald's Game filmmaker Mike Flanagan delivers his most ambitious Netflix project yet with The Haunting of Hill House. Inspired by Shirley Jackson's seminal ghost story, the series carries over almost none of Jackson's narrative and focuses instead on the haunted lives of the Withering Crane family. Bouncing back and forth between the summer the Cranes spent in the titular haunted mansion and the years of grief and family trauma they endured in the aftermath. The Haunting of Hill House is the way he ties the scares into a rich, intertwining tale of family tinged with tragedy. Led by a spectacular ensemble, the series veers between emotional revelation and moments of horror that give you full-body chills. Number 44. The Haunting of Bly Manor. The follow-up to The Haunting of Hill House is a new story with new characters and a new setting, but it's just as emotionally devastating as that Netflix original series. Based on the works of author Henry James, most prominently Turn of the Screw, this terrific new season takes place in the 1980s and follows a young American woman with an enigmatic past who is hired on as an au pair for two young children at the titular Bly Manor. But all is not what it appears to be at Bly, and horrors ensue. While Hill House was extremely scary, The Haunting of Bly Manor is not, nor is it trying to be. Number 45. The Umbrella Academy. The Netflix original series The Umbrella Academy is the perfect antidote to those fatigued by the glut of superhero movies and TV shows. The story revolves around 7 children with extraordinary powers who were adopted by a strange man who trained them to be heroes. Their troubled upbringing drove them apart, but they reunite at the beginning of the first season when their estranged father turns up mysteriously dead. Not only that, but their brother appears via time travel and warns them the apocalypse is coming in a matter of days. This show is extremely joyful and funky and weird, giving weight each of its disparate characters while carrying on a compelling serial mystery all its own. If you want a show that's fun and mysterious and a little spooky, check this one out. Number 46. The Witcher. The fantasy series is indeed very fantasy, but it also doesn't take itself too seriously and wholeheartedly embraces all aspects of fantasy storytelling and gaming, including fun side quests, POV battles, and even a bard who follows Henry Cavill's titular human-slash-creature hybrid around singing songs about his glories. The show's first season follows 3 stories destined to converge. Cavill's Witcher is a muscle-for-hire monster hunter who begins to question why so many princesses have been turning into creatures. Yennefer of Vengerberg is a powerful sorceress in training who struggles to keep her emotions in check, and Princess Ciri is on the run after the sacking of her city, but harbors secrets of her own. Steeped in lore and world building but always engaging, The Witcher is a perfect kind of binge-viewing show. Number 47. Breaking Bad. It's entirely possible that Breaking Bad will go down in history as the most influential TV drama ever. Creator Vince Gilligan makes good on a single story arc over the course of 5 seasons, taking chemistry teacher Walter White from Mr. Chips to Scarface. That arc tracks, but along the way we get an engaging, twisty, character-rich story that can vacillate between deeply emotional and edge-of-your-seat thrilling. The show begins with the mild-mannered White receiving a terminal cancer diagnosis and opting to go into the crystal meth trade to put together some money to leave behind to his family. But as the story wears on and obstacles arise, Walter White morphs into something far more dangerous and terrifying, or was it always there, bubbling under the surface? Number 48. Russian Doll. Netflix's next great binge-worthy show has arrived, and it's a brash, bracing series with just the right amount of heart. Russian Doll, the propulsive new series from Natasha Lyonne, Amy Poehler, and Leslie Headland, is a brilliant tale of morality and mortality that finds an expert balance between sincerity, cutting comedy, and wild genre flourish. If you think the time loop concept is overfamiliar, Russian Doll is way ahead of you. It's a show that recognizes what it owes to Groundhog Day and tips its hat all along the way. Tightly constructed with a brief 8-episode run, each episode coming in at 30 minutes or under, Russian Doll takes a tight grip and never lets go. It's pure binge-watching magic, a show that's not only expertly designed to compel viewers to the next episode but invests just as much in the integrity of story and character. Number 49. Sex Education. For most people, being a teenager is awkward, weird, random, and confusing. Netflix's 8-episode series Sex Education, created by Lori Nunn, not only understands that but leans into it completely. The show stars Asa Butterfield as Otis, a sixth former who starts an underground therapy clinic for his peers. Sex education is, perhaps like Otis, more charming than it has any right to be, making it extremely easy to feel emotionally invested in the lives of these kids who are all just trying to figure themselves out. Number 50. Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. There is no trick to the treat that is Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, Netflix's adaptation of Roberto Aguirre Sacasa's comic of the same name, starring Kiernan Shipka as the titular teen. The series picks up just before Sabrina's 16th birthday, which will be marked not by a traditional celebration, but an old tradition. Except, Sabrina isn't so sure she wants to do that. She's only half a witch, and she's spent her entire life living at home with witches and going to school with mortals. Ultimately, it's a delight and an obsession, and the scariest thing about it is just how good it is. Well, that's it for our list of the best Netflix shows and original series. Whether you're looking for something funny, dramatic, or just plain binge-worthy, these series are sure to keep you entertained. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a video from us. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.